Pavillion Township. Our Max Goldwasser spent the evening and afternoon there where, Max, you found yourself in the middle of a tornado warning.
Yeah, Josh, I do really want to set the scene for you because we first arrived on scene a few minutes after that first tornado ripped through Portage. We're standing outside of the Pavillion Estates, which is a trailer park here. I'm told by the Kalamazoo County Sheriff Richard Fuller this is the hardest hit area by the tornado. So we were already inside assessing the damage ourselves, speaking to people who live there. We saw trees down, trailers flipped over. Fortunately, some of the people we spoke to said their homes were okay, but their neighbors, not only did they not know where they were at the time, we've talked to most people and they said they're okay, but everything was still fresh at that moment. And as we were doing an active interview live here on TV on Fox 17, we heard reports from Reese Cole and Haley Vaughn, who were tracking this active system, of a second cell coming through this area. So we, along with several other residents here at the trailer park, we funneled into the community's office. We all walked down into the basement. I would guess there were about 50 of us just huddled together. Children were crying. Some teenagers were calling their dads, telling them to drop everything and get to the office as quickly as they could. Dogs were understandably freaking out and getting upset. And you know, at one point they were attacking each other inside that basement. Definitely a very sensitive, scary scene for quite some time. We all learned that everything had passed through that second cell, was moving out of the area, so we got out. And at that point I was able to walk up to some other folks who live there and ask them how the damage was around their homes, and here's what they had to say.
I've never seen something like this ever happen, especially with the neighbors here. That makes it really close to home. It looks like it touched down right through here in my neighbor's yard. That's my trailer and this is my neighbor's trailer, and it seems like it just pretty much walked right on through here and started heading that way.
I was sleeping and then like everything was just shaking really bad, and then I thought it was just the thunder and lightning. Went outside, saw that there were trees all over the place, like in the road and stuff.
My kids were in the house and it looked, in my head, I just imagined the worst immediately just because it's a trailer.
What do you think about when you see all this damage, not just in your home, but around your entire community?
I don't know. Just amazed, I guess.
Amazed?
In a way, like how much things can happen in like just a short few minutes. I don't think it lasted more than 10 minutes, and all this damage just happened. Yeah, and again, those were the lucky ones. After speaking with Sheriff Fuller about 30 minutes ago, he was telling me several homes are completely damaged, like beyond repair. Some homes, a ton of damage, windows blown out. This, where I'm at, the gas station just outside of that community, this was sort of a gathering spot for several people who were evacuated from their homes. As you can see, it's very dark. Most people have in fact left. The power has been turned off for this area. Consumers Energy is on site to try to assess everything that's going on. Not sure when that power could come back on, but part of the reason the power is out because there are several reported gas leaks inside that community. So they're working to address that situation right now. In the meantime, Sheriff Fuller tells me they're working on setting up a shelter for folks in town. City buses have been turned on, and they're going around to different areas to try to pick up anyone who has lost their car or their home and needs a place to stay and needs help getting there. So they're working to get everyone a place to stay tonight. And so that's where things kind of stand at the moment. But just to give you an idea of the full community effort and the coordinated effort from several different agencies who are working to make this happen. This is from Sheriff Fuller, and I'm probably not even going to get everyone, but Comstock Fire, Pavillion Fire, Climax Fire, Richland Fire, Richland PD, MSP,
Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office, Augusta PD, Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, Life EMS, and those are just the actual authorities and agencies. I saw people here at this gas station who left their homes where they didn't have damage, knowing other people were experiencing such hardship. They came to this gas station and were handing out water to anyone who needed it. So truly, every which way you look, a community-wide effort to address this absolutely tragic situation that has unfolded here in Portage.
And Max, it's no surprise that in these times of despair, people will often come together. You see the best of people in situations like these. You shared quite a bit of your coverage on social media on X, and you talked about the first responder presence there where you are and speaking with the sheriff. Did they give you any idea of whether there were injuries? And if not, how miraculous that is that people weren't hurt and or even lived at all through some of that damage?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So Sheriff Fuller telling me from what he can see so far, specifically in this trailer park, no fatalities being reported. There were several people taken to local hospitals, but he says those injuries are nothing serious, nothing life-threatening for the most part. Because of all those windows that have blown out in the trailers, it's mostly injuries related to glass cuts, but no injuries other than that. And then I asked him, when you were doing your first, second, or third sweeps of the community, did you see anyone who was trapped, whether that be in a car or in a trailer itself? And he said from what they saw, no one was trapped in a car or a trailer, and no fatalities to report tonight. So if there's any sort of silver lining to see through this entire situation, it's that at least we can be thankful that no one had their life taken, although their homes certainly were.
Yeah, and those can be replaced, as the saying goes. Max Goldwasser live in Pavillion Township. Max, we appreciate your coverage.